My name is Kelly Underkofler. I work as a director of children and youth ministries at a church in my hometown. I feel like the work that I do, I impact lives, and especially lives of kids. My goal with kids is always to help them become stronger and more compassionate. The other piece of work that I do with fitness and health, I think, is equally important, and that kind of concept of strength runs through both my types of work. I was an athlete my whole life, and so for me, taking care of my body and staying fit and healthy is really important and very valuable. I was born missing my left hand, which was always something that I had to adapt to in sport, but was never anything that stopped me from sport. This concept of the human body being built to be strong and useful and beautiful, and that all your things in life should be modeled after that, is how I live my life and different. So adaptation and overcoming challenge is something that I do every day without even really thinking about it. And it's a funny thing to say I'm grateful I was born with what other people would call a disability, but for me it's really truly been a blessing, and I've had more opportunities in this life than I ever would have if I had been born with two hands. Double unders were something that were such a challenge for me because jump rope with one hand is pretty tricky. And Matt's so creative with all of his different ideas about how things might work and the engineering of things, and he's always coming up with something new. So for me, it's been really cool to have somebody to kind of bounce ideas off of with what might work for me or what doesn't work for me. And I think the things that Matt's doing with jump ropes are different than anything I'd seen before. Just down to the bearings that he's using, and I now have double unders because of the ropes that Matt makes. I think this whole process has just been about Matt being really creative and responding so specifically to my needs and tailoring things to me specifically, which is something that not everyone is willing to do, and certainly not everyone is willing to think as far outside the box and be as excited about something new and crazy and how to make it work for an individual.